we got something super cool for you guys. We have a high taper with John Morant style locks. So to start off this taper, he expressed to me that he didn't want the top of the taper to be too dark. He feels like it grows back too quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my one guard with the grain first to see how much it takes off and to really smooth this area out. Trying to create that separation between the locks and the hair on the sides. You don't want to cut any of the hairs that would, get locked up into the top. So now for the taper, we're going to close that lever all the way and establish our line at the top of the arch and where the ear connects to the head. And the reason I'm starting off with the clipper closed first is because it's going to make it a lot easier to get rid of that first guideline. And I'm just making sure that that line is as clean as possible. And now above that, we're going to go lever all the way open. And now for that line that's in between that lever closed and that lever open is going to be super simple to get rid of. We're just going to use the halfway lever, as you'll see here in a few moments. What you'll see, I covered some distance with this guideline. I didn't keep it super tight and compressed. I wanted to stretch this blend out. So now I'm coming in halfway with my lever. And we're just getting rid of that line in between. Now I'm going to come in with my one guard lever closed, and I'm just going to go up at that line a little bit. Usually I would take that one guard open and establish that next line, but since the sides are so short, I'm going to come in closed first, and then I open up that lever all the way and go up a little more like I did right here. And we're brushing and combing every pass of the clipper to make sure the hair is laying down in its natural position. So I'm just making sure that I get this area nice and clean. And now I'm going to flip that clip around and go with the grain to smooth it out again. And now to really blend into that weight up top, I'm going to grab my 1.5. And I'm going to continue to lower, this undercut part down. And you'll see how important it is to keep combing and brushing, because especially with this hair texture, every time you go against the grain, the hair is going to tend to bunch up just because it's so curly. And now for that last line, we're going to use our half guard closed, and then we'll open it up little by little. And you'll see it starts to come together after this last step, and then obviously we'll go back in detail. So I'm combing the hair down once again. And one thing that I like to do is use my razor comb here, and all it is a comb with an insert for a razor, and this helps lay this hair texture down really well, which is something the guard can't really do as well a job of. So I definitely recommend getting a razor comb. And now to get rid of that last hair at the bottom, I'm going to grab my trimmer and bald it all the way out. And I do use a shaver here on the side temple because, he expressed to me that he doesn't bump up. So I'm taking that trimmer all the way up to where we did the lever closed. And now we have our shaver. And we're just going to get it nice and close to the skin and add another layer of gradiency. And I had super fun with this haircut. I've never done a taper or a fade into this style of locks. So this was super fun to do. And now for this other side, we're going to do the same exact steps. We're going to grab our one guard closed and go with the grain of the hair just to knock everything down and smooth it all out. And since on this haircut, we're only going to be doing really a high taper, the lineup and his facial hair, I'm paying extra attention to detail because I want this taper to be as clean as possible. So I'm going over it again with that one guard to really make it nice and smooth. And locks definitely got to be one of my favorite hairstyles. I always say if I had the hair texture, I think I would have them. But now to get into the high taper on this side, I'm going to come in with the lever closed on my clipper right at the top of the arch. And then I'm going to go to where the ear connects to the head. Staying real clean, real consistent here. We're not switching up under pressure. You want to make sure that you follow that system. And now we're going to go lever all the way open. We're going to do about a finger's width. And we're just moving up little by little. And I know you see the barber plug comb. If you want to go buy yours or any clippers that you want or you see in this video, head over to barberplug.com and use code DreClipperhands at checkout, and I got you with a discount. So now we're going to come in with that one guard closed. And again, like I said, we're going to go up a little under a finger's width, because right after we go up with this one guard closed, I'm going to come in with my one guard open. So right there, I opened up the lever all the way and we went up a little higher. And we're just trying to leave the top slightly dark, not too much, because like my client said, he doesn't want that part to grow back, super fast. And you'll notice on this side, I'm taking that one guard open a little higher, even all the way up to the part line, just because the way his hair is laying down, I'm able to do that without cutting off too much. And now to get rid of that last line, I'm going to grab my half guard with that lever halfway. And we're going to get rid of this line right here. And you'll see, man, it's super simple, super easy. There's no reason to overcomplicate, fading. It's really just finding that system or that process that works for you and perfecting it, right? And then you get faster, you get better. And then you'll find more efficiencies that you can apply to your hair cutting style, every day in the shop to get faster. So you'll see I'm taking time to comb the hair down, really make sure I get rid of all those dark areas. And I'm going to use the corner of the blade with that lever open. And this right here is what's going to separate your taper from everybody else's, because a lot of people, once they get through the steps, they won't take the extra time to go back in detail. And as a barber, it's your priority to give them the best quality service you can. So that's what I'm going to do. And now we're going to vault out the bottom with our trimmer. And to make the bottom of this blend butter smooth, we're going to use our shaver. And we're stopping a little below where we left off with our trimmer, so we don't create another harsh line. But as you can see, this taper is coming out super tough, super clean. Once we put the line on it, it's about to go crazy. And now for the lineup, I want to make sure that I separate his parting for it. And what I like about this client is he didn't make the parting of his lineup super, wide. And I think it's a lot cleaner look. And now we're going to grab our one guard with the lever closed and taper the area down so we can catch a nice line. And I always like to prep the lineup with alcohol and then come in with some liquid razor to wipe down the hairline and get rid of any oils or debris that might be left behind. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to make sure that you have as clean skin as possible when you're going to do the lineup. And now we're going to blast it with some cold air, just to get the client's forehead, not oily, not sweaty, but the skin clean and dry. And now we're going to come in with our zero grab babyless trimmers, starting right in the middle of his hairline, and then we're going to move over towards his left. Keeping our composure in this lineup, because as I said, man, this was where I struggled with when I became a barber, because it was really one of the only parts of the haircut where you're standing directly in front of the client. And once you step away a little bit, the client's gonna be facing the mirror and they're gonna see whether or not you're messing up. And it's just pressure because they can look at your face and see if you're nervous. But keep your composure, stay calm, and apply everything you've learned thus far, and just give them the cleanest line possible. And we're just framing the artwork that we've already done with this lineup. Now we're going to move on towards his right side, doing the same exact thing. This side's a little more challenging because his corners kind of have a little bit of overgrowth, which is those clients whose corners kind of naturally have an excess of hair. So in order to give them that squared hairline, we have to dig into it a little bit. So you'll see I'm being very careful here as I get into the corner. I don't want to dig into that behind that vertical bar, more than I need to. So we're just making it as clean as possible. And what we are going to do is we're going to enhance this haircut. So I'm going to use my Kiss Express and alcohol mix with my Barber plug enhancement card. And I'm going to apply this lightly, and then I'll darken it up as needed. You don't want to just spray this on, make it look super dark. You want to keep it natural looking. And what I've been implementing into my haircuts recently is the pencil. So with the pencil, I make sure that it's sharpened to where the point of the pencil is thinner, because I don't want to apply this line thick and give myself trouble to blend it in. So you'll see I'm just tracing right outside of the hairline. Not in the hair, but right on the skin. And now I'm going to come in with my trimmer. And all we're going to do is pull that trimmer away from the hairline to blend it into the skin. And what this is going to do is give that contrast between, you know, his skin and his hairline and really make it pop. And for the best part of the haircut, and I know a lot of clients' favorite part of the haircut is the razor, because this is when it feels like it's finished and all we're doing is putting the cherry on top. So you want to make sure that you're stretching the skin in the opposite direction of which you are using the razor, and that's so you don't cause any cuts or irritation. And now we're going to do the same thing on the other side, getting it super clean. And now we're going to come in here and go towards this vertical bar to really set it off. Look at that taper, and that lineup is going crazy. But fam, this is a high taper with the John Moran style locks. If this video helped you in any way, shape, or form, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And while you're at it, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this cut. But like always, I will catch y'all next time. Peace.